Well, I think Japan's probably the one place that could benefit the most from this. Uh, because if they have the Bank of Japan actually has the best handle on the situation, and um, you know, therefore is perhaps best positioned to make the best of a bad situation, right?
Right.
So like, well, that remains to be seen. But I do think that inflation volatility is a global phenomenon, and that's for two reasons, right? One is that the United States is a major source of monetary stimulus and instability,
Hmm.
right? So you just have that natural factor that global real interest rates are going to be affected by what the Fed does. The second factor, and this we'll have to see how this plays out, right? There's definitely a movement towards a dividing of the world, right, between
Oh, for sure.
a China axis, Russia, China, Iran axis, a global South that has the natural resources, many of the natural resources, and the Western countries, right? And the United States, as it did during the Cold War, would serve as much of the natural resource provider for sensitive natural resources. We have those things. We just stopped digging them up, right? And so, that's definitely one thing that I'm focused on with my clients is mineral rights. In the United States. So, I mean, and keeping a lookout for when the federal government decides it's time to start tapping its reserves of rare earth elements and things. There's the state of Nevada is 85% owned by the federal government, right?
Wow.
And yeah, and there's a very high correlation between army bases and mineral deposits, right? So they're right on top of those things, and if they need them, they'll go get them. And they'll pay a private sector company to do it for them. And so these are the things to keep a watch out for. So if that were to occur, right, then you have that's a real inflationary issue, because then you have a need to rebuild the distribution of the natural resources, right? How that all gets done, right? Already with the diesel supply chain has gotten all stretched out and needs to be
Yeah.
that's a big upside bet for me. I think that the diesel market's going to have a blowout like the container shipping market did in 2021. I think the next inflationary impulse that we have, you'll probably see the diesel market involved. And so, these are the things that I'm looking out for with my clients. And it's, how to think about what does the economy act like in an inflationary equilibrium. And it's a different thing from the great moderation that people experienced during the 1990s and 2000s up until 2019, really.